Hey guys, Jessica here. So today we are talking about Elvie Stride Cups and how you compare them with the BabyBuddha motor. So this is a really popular pairing. Elvie Stride Cups are extremely popular because they are low profile, they are extremely comfortable to wear, and they are very effective with a large number of pumps. So these have been a top cup since they hit the market. One of the complaints we get about the Elvie Stride a lot is that the Elvie Stride lacks the strength for some people to actually effectively empty the breast. So they find they have to pump with the Elvie Stride for 30 to 40 minutes, whereas with a stronger pump, they might be only pumping 15 to 20. So this has been an extremely popular pairing because this is, somewhat of the ultimate indiscretion. I would say these are the most natural looking cups on the market, and they are, again, extremely low profile. Pairing it with this is pairing the low profile benefits of this with the powerhouse benefits of this. So let's talk about how you can connect them. The first way, and this is not one that I actually recommend because I don't find it to be super stable, but some people literally just take the end of your Elvie Stride tubing and plug it into the BabyBuddha. This will reduce the suction that gets to the cups by about 10 to 20% because this is not super stable. If you're just sitting at a desk while you're pumping or you're sitting stationary on your couch, this is probably okay and can be very easy if you like to switch between the two. But this is not the most stable connection. And if you're up and moving around, this will easily work its way out and then you will lose suction. So that is not my preferred method. My preferred method is actually to take, this is the Y connector. So this one right now is connected to its original tubing to the Y connector. All you have to do is take the Y connector and pop that off. The two ports over here, let me find them and show them. So those two ports, you can actually pull the tubing off. This single port over here, do not pull the tubing off of this. This will destroy this connector. This connector is kind of a weak point for Elvie. I don't think they did a very good job with this design. I don't love their tubing on the Elvie Stride because it is extremely cheap, but it's still expensive and it breaks a lot. So some moms literally just pull it off that connector. And then what we do is take your BabyBuddha tubing, because again, remember, BabyBuddha is meant to be taken apart. And what you would do is you would unplug the tubing at the point of the connector. So you're going to put the the short tubing aside. You're going to take your connector, plug it into that T connector. Now you're going to take your Elvie Stride cup that you just disassembled, and you are going to hook it up just like this. This one does take a little bit of work to get this on because the Elvie Stride tubing doesn't want to sit quite neatly on the BabyBuddha, but you can just do that, and it's fairly simple. This, again, is not my preferred method because look how easy it is to disconnect it. This is one of the flaws of the Elvie Stride, is that the tubing does just kind of come apart on you sometimes, and that's not cool. So I actually recommend this. I recommend taking your BabyBuddha tubing, removing that white adapter, and feeding it through here. Now, this is stiff. This is not the easiest. What you have to do is you have to essentially overfeed it through so that you end up with that loop, bend it back to connect it, and then you're going to gently pull the tubing back into place. And what this does is it provides a much more secure connection for your BabyBuddha cups or your BabyBuddha pump and your Elvie Stride cups. So this would be my preferred one, is to remove the white adapters off the end of the BabyBuddha tubing and use those to connect. Now, because that is a little bit of a pain in the tush when you need to actually do it, I would just get a set of BabyBuddha tubing to devote to your Elvie Stride cups if you're using that pairing. And then when you take the cups apart, you would just take this cap off and leave this cap attached to your tubing so that you don't run into as many issues with finagling your tubing. So I will link below, if you are somebody who does not have the Elvie Stride and you're interested in the cups, there is a way to essentially buy all the parts to assemble your own set of Elvie Stride cups. I'll link that below, but this is a really popular pairing and that's how you connect them.